If you want to see more content like this, make sure you subscribe and follow. You're listening to the Jiu Jitsu Lou podcast, and I'm Lou Temlett. I know you're having a good day because either you've been on the mats, considering getting on the mats, or maybe you're keeping up your positive mental health. I'm so happy you're here listening or watching this episode. Please don't tap out before the end. When you want to encourage more women to step on the mats, start training jiu-jitsu. I'd like to welcome Joanne Wellstead to my podcast. Hi, Jo. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm good. Thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, doing really well. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. We've met a number of times in person, and you are the founder of ENYO Grappling. Give us a bit more of an intro, Jo, if people haven't come across your name or followed any of your content yet.
So I'm a jiu-jitsu black belt. Me and my husband run a gym in Southampton, Parity Martial Arts. And yeah, I started ENYO Grappling, I think maybe 3 or 4 years ago now.
Nice. I love the energy around the ENYO events. And I came down to Southampton for ENYO 7, which was really on fire from start to finish. I keep seeing the footage on socials. The young girls that you bring into the kind of grappling. Do you call it an invitational? What's the kind of premise of ENYO?
Yeah, I'd say it's an invitational. I mean, don't get me wrong, we get inundated with emails and messages, and we've got a contact form and everything like that. But a lot of thought goes into who we have on, because we want the matches to be good. We want them to be exciting, and we want them so that it could pretty much go either way for both people.
Yeah, I think that's really important, because sometimes you see matches that are kind of one-sided and you could almost, put your money on the winner. But it's really nice to be able to have the kind of even, kind of the balanced matches that are going to bring the fire, that are going to bring the excitement to the match, especially for women's jiu-jitsu. Now, I just mentioned the young girls. What's been your youngest competitor on the show?
Oh gosh, I think they were were they 5 or 6? They were little. Little. And it showed so much bravery, because one of them, she just burst into tears, and we didn't think she was going to go on. She was so scared, but she did so well, and we're so proud of her. And I mean, it's like representation matters, doesn't it? So if you see other little ones on the mats, if you see other teenagers on the mats, whether that's competing or training, it's just going to inspire. So we like to try and hit some age ranges when we do it as well.
I love that. And you're right in saying that, all of us can be inspired by, the kind of individuals that we see on the likes of ENYO. I absolutely love it. And I'm sure there are lots of people listening that may well have already stepped on the ENYO mats. But how do you deal with all the people that want to come on? Obviously, you're kind of trying to match them up. But do you have hundreds of applications every time?
I've got a spreadsheet with hundreds of women and teenagers on it. It's insane. And it's really hard because I would love to just put everyone on at once. Yeah. I feel bad if I have to say no, or if the card's full this time, or if we've picked someone else. Like, I want to be able to put everyone on, and hopefully over time we can get everyone on as much as possible. But yeah, it's difficult. I mean, I have a few of my team that volunteer their time that help me as well, to help make the matches and pick the matches. I'm definitely not one of those people where I'm like, I know everything, I can do it. No, I need help too.
I absolutely love what you're doing with ENYO and the whole team. You can kind of really feel the positive energy behind all of it. And I have noticed at the events, you kind of take a back seat, Jo. Why is that?
I never used to. So after one of the events, it didn't have a very nice ending to it. And I'm sure I don't even need to say which one it was, because a lot of people saw what happened. They didn't necessarily see what happened backstage, but it still wasn't very great. And it hit me quite hard, because I suffer with PTSD and anxiety. And depression. I'd not long had my youngest daughter. So it was a very rough experience, and it kind of made me anxious, like horrifically
Yeah.
anxious. So
Yeah.
I think our team's event was the one after that one,
Yeah.
and I hid. I was just like, I can't be out on the mat. I can't go and watch it. I can't have anything to do with it. And I
Yeah.
just completely hid away. And then who was it? Oh my God, my brain's so bad with names. One of the girls from Team Island. Oh, she's so lovely. Oh, I can't remember her name. It's going to come back to me at some point. But she came out and spoke to me, and I kind of briefly explained. And she was like, no, no, no. And she dragged me out there and was like, you have to come watch it. It's so amazing. Everyone's cheering.
Yeah.
So I've been getting a
Good.
bit better with
Good.
with watching the shows again and having
Yeah.
more of a go, like
Yeah.
a go at being out there and being more active on the night. But at the same
Yeah.
time, I'm so lucky.
Yeah.
Like my team of volunteers are so amazing. I could literally leave for the night and they would have everything under control. They're
Yeah.
so fantastic. Like I couldn't do it without them. I appreciate them so much.
Yeah.
So the fact that I have their support as well is incredible.
Yeah, I just want to thank you for opening up and sharing how difficult it is kind of going through these difficult times, because life is not a smooth run, as we both know, and we have to deal with these things, but it's how we kind of come back from all of these experiences in our own time and space, and it has to be a little bit in our comfort zone. But it sounds like whoever brought you out and said come and watch, kind of was dragging you slowly out of your comfort zone to experience just a bit more about how wonderful
Yeah.
the kind of ENYO energy has developed over time. And for me, ENYO 7 was incredible. I absolutely loved it. I've just got that image and the reel recently. I will name check Lily Marlowe for that kind of balloon sweep back over her head and then into mount. It's like, that was amazing. But when I came down to the ENYO Open Mat at the beginning of May 2025, that was the first time I'd been down to Parity Martial Arts. And I just got a really lovely family vibe and a sense of community, kind of chilled outness. Just everything felt really, really comfortable and welcoming. And, for anyone new going to a new gym, sometimes it can feel quite uncomfortable. But I must say that you and your team and your family made me feel very welcome. So I want to thank you for that.
Oh, I'm so glad. That's awesome.
So you run the gym with your family. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, it's not something that was ever on the cards when we first started training jiu-jitsu. So it is something that I guess we kind of fell into. But I can't picture not doing it now and being able to
Yeah,
have my kids on the mats with me, being able to work with my husband, John, full time, and
yeah,
having such an amazing team of coaches and then such an amazing team of members around. Like it's just, yeah, it's a dream come true. Don't get me wrong, running a gym is tough and it's hard and it's got its own
yeah,
stuff like anything else. But
yeah.
yeah, it's awesome. We're very, very fortunate.
Okay, I don't usually like asking for advice because people can kind of find their own space, but I am going to ask you if there are any women out there that kind of have the vision to run their own gym. Do you have any advice for them?
Oh gosh. I guess it's just lead with confidence
Yep,
and stand on your morals and what you believe in and how you want your gym to be run. I'm very, very fortunate that we've always had such respectful guys here, and they've all, since I started training and stuff like that, like they've made me feel comfortable. They've pushed me to be better, and
yep,
it's even to a point where like some of the guys will turn around when there's new girls that have joined, and they're just like, should we ask them to roll? Should we wait till they ask us to roll? Like, we don't want to be intimidating. And so the
yeah,
level of care and stuff and the environment we've created has been really important. And that's a big thing, I think.
yeah, absolutely. No, thank you for that. And sorry for putting you on the spot with advice, but you know, I mean, you're a black belt now, Jo. Recently
Yeah.
promoted to black belt. I was so pleased to see your progression. How did that day feel?
Scary, because I wasn't expecting it at all. But it was amazing, and John managed to get a couple of my favorite people in the room as well, Danielle Tighe and Haley Carter, and managed to somehow convince me they weren't here for that. They were here for something else, and I just went with it. And
That
yeah,
sounds very suspect to me.
I know. I was like, you lied to me, and he was like, it was a surprise. And I was like, you lied. So no, it was an amazing day, and it was to also get my black belt alongside a couple of my teammates as well, who also got their black belts on the day, who have helped me and supported me so much throughout my jiu-jitsu, meant a lot. So
Yeah. No. Well, congratulations, and you know, we'll be seeing you more. Now, before we started recording, you mentioned around your kind of health and well-being. I was going to ask you whether you're competing, but are you injured at the moment?
I'm always injured. I'm always injured. I'm such a liability. I walked into a door frame, gave myself a black eye, split my head open on a unit, basically broke my ankle on a walk after doing a week jiu-jitsu camp, and I was absolutely fine. And yet I went on a walk and messed my foot up. So I am competing
Ooh,
soon.
good.
I'm doing the National Masters. I've got an opponent which I'm excited about. I've never fought her before, so that's really exciting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm injured. I'm always injured. My fingers are messed up. I've got no ACL in my right knee. Like, I will probably do something the day before I compete.
Stop it. Come on, positive mindset, Jo.
I can be as positive as I want, but I also know I'm a massively clumsy person. So something will probably happen, but it's fine. Like, within
You deal with
reason,
it.
I deal with it and I tape it up and carry on, you know? So
Yeah.
again, within reason, I'm not completely crazy. My kids
Good.
will be like, yeah, but you trained on a broken leg. But in all fairness, I didn't know it was broken. They did an x-ray. They said it was fine. It wasn't until after I had my MRI and my leg felt fine to me, so I carried on coaching and training, that then they were like, yeah, you broke your tibia and your ACL's gone. And I was like, oh, probably shouldn't have been training then.
Okay. Anyone out there that breaks their leg, please don't train.
I didn't know. If I'd known, I wouldn't have done it. If I'd known, I wouldn't have done it.
I love it.
So yeah, it's exciting and scary. I don't like competing, but I love competing all at the same time.
Okay.
I'm under no illusions that I'm not a professional competitor by any means. But I think it's important to test myself at every belt. I think it's important to test myself in general. And as a coach, I like to try and lead by example as well. So as best I can, not with the clumsiness and stuff, but with the good side of stuff.
Good. Okay. Now, competing at every belt, talk me briefly through your kind of belt history and your competition history. The kind of that backs. I know you've got to really pull back the history now. The kind of backs up the you know, competing at every belt. What's been your best experience in competing?
Oh, my best experience. I didn't actually even win that match.
Nice.
Actually, two of them I didn't even win the matches that were my favorite ones. So the first one, I think I was white belt. Oh, so I managed to, my first match at white belt, I got gold. My first match at blue belt, I got gold. I never competed at purple. I kept signing up. There was no one in my category.
Yeah.
So it never happened. I competed at brown, but my first time I got bronze. It happens. But then I finished the year on a gold, so that was exciting. But yeah, some of my favorite matches I didn't even win. I just love a scrap. You know,
Okay.
like I just
Good.
want it to be fun. I don't really do it for the result. If I win, then cool. Like, that's awesome. If I manage to pull off something I've been trying, that's great. And one of my favorite ones was I'd learned a hip throw on Friday and I did it at the comp on Saturday. And I ended up losing on points, but I was like, but I threw someone. So I was really excited. So I was just like, well, yeah, I messed up everything else, but I threw someone. So whatever, that was so cool. I never thought I would do that. And then the other one was, brown belt gi, I was against Melissa Mullins, who I fought no gi at blue belt.
Yep.
And I beat her at blue belt. I got gold against her at blue belt. So it was exciting to go against her again. Because obviously she is a professional athlete. She is a professional competitor.
Yep.
So I was hella nervous, obviously, because I'm like, you're young, you've got cardio for days. I'm a mum of 3, broken. And it was such a good match. It was so much fun. And she went to armbar me.
Yep.
And I hitchhiked out of it. I don't hitchhike out of armbars. I hate doing that. I never do that. So how and why I did it, I've got no idea. But I managed to get out. And I just remember trying to get up quickly and grab her legs. But I was like, moving at slow motion. And she just, got up. But it was so much fun because it was just such a good scrap. And I really enjoyed it. And for me, that's what I take away from it. That's what I enjoy when I do it. So, yeah.
Good. I think we're all there for a good scrap, ultimately, to demonstrate our jiu-jitsu skills. I'm still working on my competition game and not being flat as a pancake on the bottom for the whole match. I am trying to work to demonstrate more jiu-jitsu because that's the fun bit. That's why we're there, to do more jiu-jitsu. And I was talking with someone at the weekend, and it's I'm not a pilot. I don't even claim to be, but it's about having the kind of the air miles or whatever it is, the time in the air. For me, it's the time on the mats, whether it's competition or training. I just want more of it, and that's why I'm here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, because obviously I know the women's categories, sometimes it's a struggle to get matches and stuff. So that's why I go to so many women's open mats. That's why I've always hosted loads of women's open mats. I've been doing them for years now, and it's so that I can get those rounds in with women, because women move so differently to men. It's not a case of I'm just like, I just don't want to roll with boys. Some of my favorite rounds are with 100-kilo guys, and I'm like, yeah, let's go. But women just move so differently. And I remember training mainly with guys and then competing the first couple of times and being like, oh my God, this is so weird. This doesn't normally happen. They move so different. So I think it's important to get that in as well.
Yeah, fantastic. This episode is sponsored by ENYO Grappling, the UK and Europe's women's pro submission only jiu-jitsu invitational. With an established reputation, ENYO Grappling showcase the UK's top women's grappling talent. Every event brings together elite competitors demonstrating high-level technique and skillful submissions, all packed into fast-paced matches. Get along to the very next event by buying your ticket over on Eventbrite by searching up ENYO Grappling. Also, go and follow at ENYO Grappling over on Instagram. This is the Jiu-Jitsu Lou podcast with me, Lou Temlett, coming to you from the UK. We have the 100 episode event coming up on Saturday, the 25th of October, 2025, over at Rising Tide in Weston-super-Mare. You are all invited. Please do drop me a DM and let me know you're coming. We're having an open mat from 1 p.m. and hopefully, all planning going well, an 8 female and 8 male Grand Prix with prize money. So keep an eye on socials because this is going to be very, very exciting. And as always, go and check out the clips on YouTube and Instagram and even on TikTok now. Today, I'm having a conversation with Joanne Wellstead. Jo, talking about TikTok and YouTube, talk to me about your social media, social kind of development for your club and for ENYO.
Yeah, I'm not great with social media. I'm far too impatient. All these people that can sit and make reels and stuff like that, I just...
Yeah, you just want it out.
I struggle with it so bad. Yeah. So with ENYO, I'm so fortunate. I have amazing people that come in and do that for me, which is great. And they create some of the most beautiful content I've ever seen. If I could just get them to follow me around the gym all the time and make me look good, I would love it. That's not going to happen. And then with the gym, trying to figure it out as best I can.
Yeah.
I found TikTok's very different to Instagram in terms of when to post, how to post, what to post. Yeah. So I'm trying to get my head around it all, but
that's good.
We'll see. We'll see. Do my best.
Exactly. We all have to keep showing up on all these platforms just to
Yeah.
kind of encourage more engagement and brand awareness for all the good things that we're doing. And I think, it takes time. It's not the easiest thing in the world. However, the pros really do make it look very, very easy, I must say. But
Oh,
the rest of us have to put in a lot of time and effort.
yeah, definitely. Like if I did, I think ENYO 7, who did we have? We had Angelica. She's worked with ENYO from the
Yeah.
start. So obviously can never replace her. She is phenomenal. We had Grip Fight Visuals, as most people would know him by.
Yeah.
Jed, we had Max as well. And then previously on the other ENYOs, we've had Rich from Attack the Back. We've had Jenny previously as well. So we've had so many incredibly talented
Yeah.
people that I'm so fortunate to have been connected with to help make the footage and the
Yeah.
content for ENYO. So yeah, I wish I had half the talent they do with that stuff, but I
Well,
don't have the patience.
Well, we all have to play to our own strengths.
Yes.
And talking about strengths, you run Parity Martial Arts with John, your husband.
Yeah.
How many classes do you put on a week for everyone?
Me personally, or just in general, how many
Just
classes have
in
we?
general, but what does your kind of slice of that look
So
like? Because
we have classes 7 days a week for jiu-jitsu, and
yeah,
then we've got Muay Thai, kickboxing, boxing, and now we've got sumo wrestling,
I
which is
saw
amazing.
that.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's so much fun. I didn't think it would be as technical as it is, but it's actually crazy technical.
Yeah,
We've got judo as well. Our judo coach Lance has actually been the one that's introduced the sumo, and he went off and competed recently
oh
in
wow,
sumo, which was nuts. So yeah, we're so lucky. We've got such a wide range of classes here, and then we've got amazing coaches that cover them all.
yeah,
I teach all of the women's only jiu-jitsu classes, which we have 3 days a week. And then I teach the beginners class on a Monday. John does the mixed ability classes 3 times a week as well. And then sometimes I take those ones too. It depends because we run on
yeah.
themes. So I think we're
Okay,
on open. No, we're on open cards. Yeah, we're on open cards this week. It starts today. So
nice,
sometimes it would just be like, oh, I've got something really cool I want to teach. So John will be like, well, you do that class then. And so we mix
nice.
it as well,
Yeah.
which is cool. But I purposefully put my women's classes straight before the beginners classes. So then they
So
see
good.
everyone sign up for
Yeah.
beginners. And then if they're a bit nervous, it'll be like they'll grab one of the other women and be like, do you want to do this with me? Do you want to do it? Should we go together? And then they go
Nice.
together. And so the women's class is more of like a feeder class than it is a
Yeah.
standalone. But it can also be a standalone class as well, because obviously
Yeah.
everyone does jiu-jitsu for different reasons, and we're in a city centre, so it's nice to have that option.
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea because often I came to jiu-jitsu with no previous martial arts, didn't know what I was letting myself in for, to be honest. And like some of us, that's how it works. But being encouraged to go along to an environment and that you may not have been in before, and to be fighting people generally, is kind of quite potentially an uncomfortable place to
It's not
be.
just fighting people; it's having people like here.
Yeah,
You know, like
yeah,
it's so close. It's so intimate. It's so close contact. So, and I know some people aren't comfortable with that. For me, I just, like I said, I've always trained guys, even throughout my teens. So, it
yeah,
didn't really bother me too much. But I've had women come in and be like, I never want to train with men. I don't want to do that.
yeah,
And now they are, and they're not bothered and they're comfortable. I've had some women come in for religious reasons, they can't train with men, so then that class is ideal for them. And then because our mat space is upstairs, I block off the downstairs with a sign to say that
yeah.
no men are allowed upstairs. And luckily our members are just so lovely and patient, and they
Yeah.
wait downstairs until I call down and I'm like, you can come up now. But I've also
Nice.
had women that have been through trauma and abuse and things like that that just don't feel comfortable around training with men for a while. But then
Yeah.
I've also had a lot of them progress not just to training in the mixed classes with a woman, but now training in the mixed class with men and rolling with men. And now they're
Yeah.
going, oh, you know what? I might want to compete by the end of the year. And I'm like, whoa, where did this come from? So
Yeah.
For us, it's worked very, very well. And like I say, especially where we are city centre, and it's so multicultural and there's so many people, it
Yeah.
just gives that extra option.
Good. I love the fact that, you know, it's all a progress, kind of a progression through jiu-jitsu, whether, you know, you're coming in never having done it, to working right through to competing. Now, do you have competition classes?
Yes, so we have a competition class on Tuesday, which is really, really good fun, really nice and high paced and technical, lots
Yeah.
of rounds. But then all of our mixed ability classes have rolling at the end of it.
Yeah.
And then the beginners classes, especially the ones that I teach, I put positional sparring into it because I think it's important to get the beginners comfortable with positional sparring and thinking about
Yeah.
what they're doing before they start rolling. I mean, I know everyone has different ideas on how they feel things should be taught or what they think people should be doing. I know some places where they're like, no, the beginners don't spar at all, and that's fine. It's different for everyone, but I've found it's worked really well at building people's confidence and also retaining techniques. So
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk a bit around your mental health and how jiu-jitsu has helped you
yeah,
kind of support positive well-being.
yeah. So for me, jiu-jitsu is my time. Even if it's me coaching, it's still my time. Like, I love coaching, I love seeing everyone's progression, and then when it's my turn to train, it's the same thing. Like, I'll still train, but if people need help, I'll still run around and help and stuff. But
Yeah,
that's my time, and I've realised as I've gotten older and as my kids are growing up as well, and I've got 3 kids now, so it's nice and hectic, that I need to make sure I'm making time for me and space for me.
yeah,
Um, but it's also remembering to give myself grace. Like, mum guilt's a huge thing.
yeah,
And I do bugger off a lot. I do. I 100% do. I was off in
yeah,
Austria. I go to open mats. I do all kinds of stuff. But the kids know that it's important for me to do that as well. And I think it's important to see that I can do those things and still be a mum and still be
yeah,
present for them. And
yeah,
that
yeah,
might mean I can't go to everything, but I do as much as I can. But it's
yeah,
done wonders for my mental health, especially after 2 traumatic births with my younger 2.
yeah,
Coming back into the mats was hard, but having the guys and girls in the gym that were so supportive, that like I could train with while I was pregnant, I trained
yeah.
with when I came back from C-sections, and I had zero fear training with them because
Good.
of the level of care they showed me. And like, don't get me wrong, I've 100% cried on the mat. Whether the guys have seen it is another matter.
Yeah. I
And
don't think they notice, and actually that's quite good. If you're feeling emotional on the mats, you can, you
yeah.
know, be in your own space and do what you need to do.
But I've had panic attacks on the mat. I've had a panic attack before when John was showing technique on me, and I thought I was hiding it very, very well. But one of the guys that I've trained with since I started just looked at me
Yeah.
and was like, "Okay," and I was just like, "Fine." And
Mm,
then I kind of got up, left the room after he'd finished, and made sure I didn't like cause a scene or anything. And then came back, and then I was like,
yeah.
"Okay, I'm back now. It's fine." So
Yeah.
yeah, it's been tough, and training through your mental health is tough. But then I've also found that it does make me feel so much better because
Yeah.
exercise is good for your mental health anyway, right? So
Yep. Moving your
it's
body is what we need to help our minds move because we get stuck.
yeah, so it's the mixture of that. It's the mixture of when I'm training, I can't physically think about anything else because I need to
Yep.
focus on the technique. When I'm rolling, if I try and think about anything else, I'll probably get choked. So I need to make sure I'm present in that moment. And I think there's so many
Yep.
times in our days where we're not present.
Yeah.
So this forces me to be present in the moment, and I think that's good for me.
Good. It sounds like not only is it good for you, it's good for the rest of us as well. And, you know, whether we mindfully train jiu-jitsu for our mental health, we know that it gives us that space and time and kind of
Yeah.
present moment focus, which actually we all need, and moving our bodies because,
Yes.
you know, that's a great thing. Um, Talk to me about the future that you see for Parity Martial Arts, for ENYO. This is going to be a lot now, and your other volunteer potential volunteer opportunities or work that you're hoping to secure going forwards?
I think you're doing there. So for Parity, I just want the gym to grow. We've got so many guys now and girls coming up through that want to compete in jiu-jitsu, they want to compete in Thai, they want to compete in MMA. We've had so many people fight this year, which has been amazing. So I want to see that grow more. We've been coming together as a team so nicely. The vibe is fantastic. So yeah, for the gym, I want that to keep going, and we keep getting loads of new faces on the mats as well, which is
Good.
fantastic. Our kids team as well are crazy. They're so good. They're so savage. So I can't wait to see them compete more and see
Yep.
where they get, because we've got some of our teens that me and John were coaching when they were 7, and now they're like doing their GCSEs or they've gone to college, and I'm like, oh, you're like grown-ups now. I don't like it.
Yep.
But they're doing amazing. So to see that full progression, it's just
Yeah.
it's lovely. With ENYO, we keep pushing. We keep pushing. We keep pushing the platform. We keep pushing how important women's jiu-jitsu is, how exciting women's jiu-jitsu is. I think we've ruffled the feathers of quite a few people from when we started, but in a positive way. And it's really pushed a positive impact on having more females on cards and stuff like that. And
Yep.
so we just want to keep doing that same thing and keep inspiring the younger generation as well. Like you said, the
Yep.
teens, the kids on the last show were incredible.
Yep.
It makes me scared for when they're adults, and I'm genuinely glad that I will not be in their brackets for competition.
I think I've heard from some kind of higher level people before that the younger ones coming through, we need to take up running.
Yeah, pretty much. Basically, yeah, like they are beyond incredible, and their
Yeah.
work ethic is insane. And
Yep.
I can't wait to see where they get to, and anything I can do to support that,
Yep.
whether that's ENYO or the foundation, then I can't wait. I think that's
Good.
going to be amazing.
Can I also just say how important it is for the guys out there to be supporting events like ENYO? Because whilst it's a women's only invitational, we need you guys out there to come along and support, because this is not just women for women. This is everybody growing and kind of bringing up the next generation. I think, I just want to make a point for kind of encouraging the guys to come along and support as well, because
Absolutely.
I feel that's really important.
Yeah, I think that's so important. And I think it's so important for the women to make sure they're supporting as well, whether that's ENYO or whether that's other shows or other events. Like, there's enough space for everyone. And yes, when we're on the mats, we're competing 100%. Of course we are. We are competing against each other when we go to comps, when we have these shows. That's what we're training to do, right? But on the other side of that, we can still support each other, we can still push each other, we can still encourage each other. And I think that's so important. We're pitted against each other so much as women all of the time. I think that if we came together more, we'd be a force to be reckoned with. So
Absolutely. And to keep shows going like ENYO, we still need to be out there buying tickets. I over the summer have been to a number of different invitationals around the country, and I really enjoy seeing the different mix of people, the kind of energy, the way that each of the shows is run a little bit differently, and just the whole kind of network of jiu-jitsu athletes, hobbyists, whatever, whoever we are. But we still have to, continue supporting, buying those tickets to just keep these events going, because it doesn't come for free.
absolutely. And not only that, bums on seats makes the atmosphere.
Absolutely.
Like back when it was COVID and like Polaris put on their events, and it was fantastic that we could still watch, and
Yeah.
they managed to do that. And that was great, because obviously it still kept that fire alive. It's not the same. Like
Yeah.
being there, having that buzz, watching those
Yeah.
matches, catching up with your friends.
Yeah.
You need bums on seats to create the atmosphere. Otherwise, it doesn't work. So it's so important to support these shows and buy tickets and like bring the fun and the energy.
Absolutely. So let's get on to talk about ENYO 8 and what might your plans be?
Oh, scary stuff. So I am slyly putting together a card. So I do this before all of the shows.
Yeah,
We basically run on a show to show basis. I don't have multiple dates set up throughout the year. I don't have the financial backing for that. So it's literally just we go show to show. So I'm quietly putting together a rough card of what I think would be cool. And then a couple of my team will look at it and then they'll make suggestions. And so we're doing that at the moment. But that doesn't mean it's set in stone.
yeah,
And then I'm looking at moving venues as well.
good,
So
exciting.
so I'm wanting to try and find a venue in the Midlands. So if anyone knows of any good ones, let me know, because apparently people don't like to email back, which is really annoying. And I'm a very impatient person. So,
Yep.
but yeah, we're looking at moving it. We've pretty much always done it in Southampton. And a
Yep.
big part of that is it's my hometown. For me, because my staff are volunteers, and actually a lot of them are people that I train or coach with me,
Yep.
and they approached me and were like, "We want to help. We want to be a part of it." It's easier for me to do it here
Yep.
rather than being like, "Right, you guys are volunteering, so I'm not paying you. Do you also want to travel up the country, pay for your own hotel, and volunteer?" Like
Yeah.
yeah, it's tough. So we've mainly kept it here. That and because of my kids as well, it means it's much easier for us in terms of childcare. I'm sure
Yep.
plenty of you have seen my children running around the venue, or my eldest was walking around doing the judges' scorecards at the end for
Yep.
ENYO 7, and then she helped with the belt and the medals and stuff. And my middle one has been seen dancing on the mats on the during the breaks. I'm pretty
Love
sure
it.
she's YouTube spinning herself around at some point.
Oh,
So as a family, it's been easier,
yeah.
but the show's growing, and we need to. I think
Good.
we need to shift it up a little bit and change venues and see where we go. I'm really sorry if you
Amazing.
can hear all that noise. Apparently, there's now a PT going on downstairs, and it's very loud.
It's all good. It's all good. Okay. Thank you for that insight with ENYO 8. If anyone has a venue in the Midlands, please do drop Joe a message and connect, because that could be the venue for the next ENYO event and maybe ongoing. We'll wait
Yeah,
and
who knows?
see. Joe, you've recently kind of engaged with the UK BJJA, and we're hoping that this is an opportunity for you to talk about what it means to have volunteered for the role that you volunteered for.
Yeah, so I've applied for women's chair. We'll see if I get it. I mean, I've said it before. I think I said it on an interview on one of the ENYOs when they forced me out on the mat because I didn't want to do it. But I'm not a keyboard warrior as such. I'm not one that's going to just jump on and
Yeah,
complain and be like, "This is rubbish, that's rubbish," blah blah blah. If I want there to be change, I'm like, well, then I should be doing something about it. So
yeah,
when the opportunity came up, I did a webinar about it, because I say it's volunteering my time, and I don't get paid to do ENYO. I don't get paid to do the foundation. I
yeah,
volunteer my time for all of that. So it's whether I have enough time, which I should have enough time. I can make the time to do it,
yeah,
but I want to make sure that I'm helping create change, and
yeah,
within the women's side of jiu-jitsu, from grassroots level to professional to the community side. Like, I
yeah,
think it's important for the sport. As much as the sport's growing, we are still a very niche sport in some respects. So anything I can do to help us grow in general, not just with the women's side, but as a whole,
yeah.
then yeah, I'd love to do that.
Good. And if there's an opportunity or you see the voting, please go and vote for Jo. She is incredible. She has everyone's well-being at heart. And I just want to kind of publicly support you, Jo, because
Thank you.
having met you in person, the work you do with ENYO and the ENYO Foundation and the Parity Martial Arts, just all of those things, and being a mum of three, it you're not necessarily a Wonder Woman, but you are a Wonder Woman.
I
You
don't know.
have to do these things, but standing up to support the next generation and more women in jiu-jitsu is always going to be the way forward for any of us that we found our own. our own kind of place in jiu-jitsu that has really supported our own mental health and well-being, in whatever area of our own mental health and well-being. But it's about giving back as well. And I kind of get that feeling that, this is you doing what you need to do to support other people as well.
Yeah, definitely. Like, the sports helped me so much. My team has helped me so much. All the women I've trained with across the country and all over the world have been so amazing and so supportive. So
Yeah.
yeah, anything I can do, I will. Granted, I feel like my brain's melting half the time, but I'll keep trying.
It's always about trying, Joe. Right. If people haven't seen your content, not following you on all those amazing social platforms that you're pushing content out on, how can they?
So my personal one, if you really want to follow it, is Josie Kelsey BJJ. Obviously, we've got our Parity Martial Arts Instagram as well. We've got ENYO Grappling Instagram and the ENYO Foundation Instagram. But yeah, if you need anything or have any questions, feel free to drop me a message. I'm always happy to have a
And
chat.
and how can people kind of visit your gym and find out more about your training? How can they turn up one day? Do they need to book with you? What's the
Um,
situation?
No, I mean, you can drop me a personal message on Instagram. You can email us. You can drop the gym a message on Instagram. We're pretty chill. We love having new faces come in. Our
Yeah,
Friday nights are really good because we've got a women's class, then a mixed class, and then an hour of rolling, and then yoga for BJJ straight afterwards. So
that sounds good.
yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's really good, and we whack the music up, and we're all just enjoying it. So if anyone wants to come to our Friday nights, they're more than welcome. So yeah, do it. Come and have a roll.
Fantastic. I think I'm going to wend my way down to Southampton for a Friday night now, Joe.
Do
You've
it.
convinced me. You've
Do it.
convinced me.
We do that and takeaway afterwards. Like, what could be better?
I know. Sounds great. Right. I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. Even if it's not necessarily in your comfort zone, I really appreciate you coming to talk to me and kind of share some of your journey and what you're up to with ENYO excitingly.
Thanks for having me.
You are very welcome. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you for telling your friends about this show. And please do remember that episode 100 is upcoming very, very soon, 25th of October, over at Rising Tide Weston-super-Mare. Do come and join us, and look forward to catching you on the next episode of the Jiu Jitsu Loop podcast.